It's bad.
We just raised $1 million, ladies and gentlemen. We can't legally tell you why. You guys ready?
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. How do I do this show? Oh yeah, here we go.
The Daily Tech News Show is brought to you by people. Real people, like me, and a few thousand others. Now, we understand if you're not in a position to join us right now, but maybe, just maybe, you're someone who could, let's say once a quarter, just 4 measly times a year, take a pass on that double-shot, no-whip, caramel, mocha loco whoozy what's it you buy every day on the way to work, and instead go to bit.ly/helpdtns and pledge that money to support the show. See? Value for value. Coffee for tech news. And here's what you get in return.
This is the Daily Tech News for Thursday, March 5th, 2015. I'm Tom Merritt. Joining me today, Ms. Veronica Belmont, host of The Sword and Laser. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. And Justin Robert Young is in as well. We've got an all-star cast.
Oh, man. We have a very suitable rumor-filled news day to hang it all on.
Yeah, it's the first day of spring training for baseball, and we have a tangentially baseball-related story that is also about HBO, online-only service, and Game of Thrones. I mean, there's something for everyone in this story.
And not to mention just a cavalcade of Apple vaporware that we can all muse about.
It's an apple pie of rumors.
Stop it.
Let's just tell them what they are. Mobile World Congress, tech reporters are mostly concerned with how to smuggle Hemo and Iberico in their pants out of the country. GDC, all those people are hungover, but this coming Monday is an Apple announcement, so the rumors are flooding in to fill the gap. Here we go. Bloomberg says the never-announced 12.9-inch screen iPad will be delayed until September for manufacturers. Some people call the delay of rumored products starting them. The Wall Street Journal adds the imaginary product will have a more power-efficient Oxide LCD screen and a USB 3.0 port, not a Lightning port. Wall Street Journal also says a 12-inch MacBook Air will be announced Monday. 9 to 5 Mac reports Apple will not announce a new live streaming music service Monday. TechCrunch says that mythical service will debut at WWDC in June, and I can confirm from asking myself that Apple will not announce a car, a television, or a space rocket on Monday.
Killjoy. The Verge reports that Office 2016 for Mac is about to catch back up to Windows. The last version was released in 2010. Microsoft today announced a preview program for the new Office 2016 for Mac. Major points: cloud services will be integrated directly into the suite of programs. Word will get co-authoring, and Excel keyboard shortcuts are now consistent between Mac and PC versions. Microsoft wants it ready in time for summer. The company has not yet announced pricing or exact availability dates, but a standalone version is expected.
So you'll get it if you're a subscriber to Office 365, but you won't have to subscribe if you want to get it. It's been a long time since they updated.
Yeah, and this again, is the Satya Nadella effect of let's just bring what people like about Microsoft. The suite of Office stuff is something that people do in general like functionality-wise. Let's just make sure it is as good as possible on as many platforms as possible. Revolutionary thought.
Revolutionary. Well, The Verge reports that Imager has launched a new iPhone app that gives viewers an endless row of swipeable pictures with titles. To comment, like, or dislike, or read comments, just double tap on the picture. When you first open the app, the most viral images are shown to you first, but there are also options for random and latest submissions as well. You can't upload through the app yet, but that feature is in the works. A new version for Android is also coming soon. I was really excited about this, but then when I read about not being able to upload images, that basically kind of killed it for me. Like, I don't really need to see a bunch of funny images just on an app. I would use that specifically to upload images. So maybe once they add that feature, I'll sign up.
Yeah, that'll make it a lot more useful for sure. I kind of had the same reaction.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why Imager is the standard is because it became Reddit's place to upload stuff. Like, it in of itself could be replaced tomorrow if Reddit decided that Imager was old and busted and the new hotness was some new photo sharing service. So it seems like the ability to upload and post to Reddit should be the only thing that their app should be focusing on.
And that's exactly what I thought it was as soon as I heard about it. And then when I realized it does not yet have that feature, I was like, ooh, okay, that's weird.
Well, I mean, it looks nicer than the old one does, and it has a few more features. I don't want to totally trash it, but I'm with you. Like, the thing I want is not the thing that's there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's coin a new phrase: fit-solidation.
Love it.
We're fit-solidating. Fit-solidation is official. TechCrunch reports Fitbit confirms the acquisition of Fitstar, makers of a personal training app that creates customized workouts with celebrity athletes like NFL star Tony Gonzalez and Yogi Tara Styles. Fitstar has 2 million registered iOS users. Fitbit co-founder and CEO James Park says the company also plans to expand Fitstar to other platforms as well.
As a user of both of these things, I am very excited about this. I love Fitbit, I love Fitstar, and I think together it will be Fit Magic.
You know, I do like it when Sonia Richards-Ross tells me I did a great job on my run through the Nike Plus app. So I get why this Fitstar stuff can be a big deal for Fitbit.
Ashley did Fitstar for a while, and it still, I think, had a little bit to go at the point that she was using it, where Tony Gonzalez, you hear the same things kind of over and over that are meant to seem like conversational, like, okay, little bit, harder now, keep going. Like, it was okay. It was good. I'm glad that they've established Fit Gemini. Look out, Progressive Insurance. TechCrunch reports Google is launching Google Compare for auto insurance, which lets California shoppers compare rates from different insurance providers. The option will pop up after a consumer does a Google search for car insurance or by going to google.com/compare. Google plans to offer it in other states later in the year. While the move could help bolster revenue for Google through commissions, many high-profile insurance brokers like Progressive, State Farm, Allstate, and Geico, a.k.a. all of them.
All of the ones you would want to use.
Exactly. Have declined to work with Google. TechCrunch speculates that Google might also be doing this to learn about pricing risk in advance of self-driving cars. I think, that might be a fringe, send people to space so you can invent Tang and Velcro kind of solution for it. I think this is just Google continuing to make Google search the most relevant way that you can get your information without the secondary click.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of think that the idea of knowing how to price risk well for self-driving cars might be more important than Tang. I do agree with you, though. They don't just do this for that. So I think it's kind of a convergence effect. I could see this happening in the Google kitchen one day when they were talking about their various challenges, and they're like, hey, well, why don't we do this?
I guess they don't really need to hold it back because they have literally endless streams of money flowing in. But I'm kind of curious why they just didn't hire an expert to tell them about the risk of self-driving cars or price that kind of thing out instead of building a whole kind of boringly named Google Compare for auto insurancing that none of the other auto insurance dealers are going to work with them on. So it's just hire a guy that can tell you what the risks are.
Well, they probably are, I'm guessing, but that goes back to Justin pointing out that they don't do this just for that. There's also the search team that's like, hey, we got a cool new feature we can try.
So why do they need to partner with anybody in order to offer these prices? Why can't they just use
they partner in order.
They're scraping the prices. Unless these companies decide to put what prices they are offering behind some kind of wall, as long as they have publicly available price generators, I assume that's what Google is using to compare your rates, or they're estimating it based on information they get from the publicly available resources that these sites already have up there.
They're doing that, and they're working with CoverHound and Compare Now to aggregate the quotes, according to TechCrunch.
All right, well, moving on. Engadget reports that 2009 is back. I mean, Rock Band is back. Rock Band 4 is coming to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 later this year. Huzzah! Harmonix says all previous songs will work in Rock Band 4. The company wants to make old peripherals work, but there will also be new peripherals. Also, no news on Rock Band Network. This will be a platform for DLC, it seems. Harmonix will talk more about Rock Band 4 this weekend at PAX East in Boston and in June at E3 2015. I was very excited about this news, though I did already throw away or donate or give away all of my peripherals. So,
well, that's when they strike.
Right.
What?
They've been tracking the peripheral donation levels at various Salvation Armies and Goodwills around the country, and at a certain level, they realized now we come with new peripherals.
Exactly. There was a peak donation point specifically with Veronica Belmont, and then they're like, okay, well, finally, she's got it out of the house. Let's go ahead and launch. Let's.
You know she can't resist.
4 is imminent.
I did notice like people were either excited like you, Veronica, or they were like really dismissive of like, whatever, who cares about that anymore?
It's the most fun thing ever.
It is the all-time champion for video party games, right? Is there anything better than that, or more successful than that? You know, in terms of like interactive video game experience when you've got a group of people, it's the king.
The only one I can think of is You Don't Know Jack.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that Mario Party. There's only even so many people that are in that space before you get into like we're all sitting down on a couch and playing, you know, Mario Kart or something.
Time now for some news from you. These come from our subreddit, dailytechnewsshow.reddit.com. C. Castro 425 posted the Engadget story about a laser from Lockheed Martin that can stop a car from more than a mile away. What? The fiber optic laser called Athena burned through the engine manifold of an F-150. It works by spectral beam combining, which involves taking multiple laser modules and pointing them to the same place, pretty much like the Death Star, as Engadget points out. And no, the truck doesn't explode. It just burns through the hood, stops the engine from running.
Doesn't explode.
I know, but it's still a laser.
Okay.
That's what an amazing world. Because I think that's like the reaction to so many people to that news. And it's like, yeah, we're able to stop a car with a laser. But what happens to all the pieces? Oh, it doesn't explode. Oh.
Whatever.
Whatevs.
What do you mean it didn't explode?
Abituela Condolce submitted the PC World Report that Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, said Microsoft is opening up app development for the Xbox One. Windows developers will be able to port their apps to the Xbox. Microsoft wants to make the Xbox Live accessible through the API to all game developers, no matter how big.
Wow.
Yeah. This is the last step in basically reversing everything Don Matrick announced at E3 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, like because that was the one of the last standing big criticisms of Xbox One was that it was limited in who could develop for it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so what? He made that announcement, and then he was out like what, a month afterward?
Something like that, within a month or two. Yeah.
Like he was gone, and now they have kind of totally U-turned on everywhere they were headed at that point. It really is a stunning turn of events.
All right, Mishinith.
I think you got it right the first time, if I had to guess.
Submitted
I
this
could go for
topic.
2 or 3 more tries of it, though.
Mixiniath submitted this topic. The cost of ebooks in France and Luxembourg won't be going down anytime soon, reports Reuters. Judges at the European Court of Justice today dismissed arguments by both countries that ebooks should be treated as goods, not a service. EU rules allow member states to set lower VAT rates on printed books. However, the European Commission decided that France and Luxembourg's application of those rates to electronic books was illegal. Statista predicts ebook sales in Europe are expected to account for a fifth of book sales in Europe by 2017, up from 4.5% in 2013.
And that is a look at the headlines. All right, so yesterday on the show, we briefly mentioned the International Business Times report that quoted a source saying that HBO's online-only service in the United States would come in April, in time for Game of Thrones premiere, which is April 12th. It will be called HBO Now, and it would sell for $15 a month. The internet has exploded. The fact that IBT mentioned that Apple had been pushing very hard to make sure they get the app on the Apple TV has caused a lot of headlines to be written that Apple is partnering with HBO on the launch. From what I can tell, if this source is correct, Apple is just really enthused about it and wants to make sure they have it, but the Roku is supposed to get it, and HBO would like Xbox and PlayStation and lots of other launch platforms and Amazon as well to have it. So it'll be interesting to see how many platforms they come on. However, $15 a month has caused a lot of discussion as well. That's, around twice what you pay for a Netflix or a Hulu. But it's also about what you would pay without any kind of special deal for adding HBO to your standard cable package in the US. So, Veronica, what would this have to have in it in order to be worth $15? Because, we can compare it to HBO Go, but it might not be exactly the same. It might have more limitations on devices or the type of things you can stream from it.
If it has limitations like that, that definitely makes it less appealing to me. But right now, if it has everything that Go offers off the bat, I would be happy to pay that much money because this is really something that is preventing me from cutting the cord. So I really like the idea of this service. I think $15 a month is reasonable, especially since you can watch the entire back catalog of content that's on there as well. The only thing that I really worry about is making sure that it survives big television events like the premiere, because last year we had the issue of season 4 of Game of Thrones launching, and HBO Go completely crashed, and that was a major problem for all those people who stole their parents' HBO Go logins and wanted to watch it. But I think the working with the Major League Baseball's advanced media platform is a really good get for them, because I think that's going to fix a lot of the technology problems that they had with their previous in-house system that was not working very well for them. So I'm overall really excited about this. This is something we've wanted and talked about for a really, really, really long time, and I think I hope it'll be a good thing.
Sorry, Tom. Just to hit back on the MLB thing, this is what seems to be a direct reaction to the fact that they could not handle that technical capacity in-house. MLB, it does not just handle baseball. They have become kind of the de facto partner you have when you want to go over the top and just stream to a lot of people. ESPN, the World Wrestling Federation Network, which I think last year streamed concurrently for WrestleMania around 400,000 people, and we'll do a bigger number with that in less than a month. Disney, PlayStation View. It's such a viable business that apparently MLB has been thinking about spinning it out into its own functioning tech partner. This seems to be consistent with being able to handle these kinds of crowds. The question for me is it worth 15? And I'm with Veronica. I think it absolutely is, if even just because you can cancel it easier. This is something where you can just figure it out over a form. I don't know if you guys have heard, it's sometimes a little hard to cancel Comcast or other cable situations. This is something where if you are only into Game of Thrones, or what I think is the best 2 hours on television with Veep and Silicon Valley, which I think is all coming back together, you can just have it for those months and then cancel it. I think it makes a lot of sense, even at 15.
Well, yeah, if you're a cord cutter and if you're, for example, doing something like buying episodes on iTunes of some of these shows that you really love. Wait, is HBO stuff on iTunes? I may be misspeaking here.
Yes,
it is, but it's usually way delayed.
Okay, so if for example, you're someone who's willing to pay, between $2 and $4 for per episode basis for shows that you really love watching on iTunes or another kind of service like that, then $15, that's going to cover you pretty much right there for a season almost. So I just, and I going back to the technology of Major League Baseball's advanced media platform, they're so happy with how that's going and with this potential partnership that they are considering even breaking that out as a separate company and just handling all sorts of streaming stuff for other platforms as well. So, they obviously have a lot of faith in the stability and technical aspects of what they're building.
And from what I was reading, Major League Baseball Advanced Media, which, by the way, is a company that is owned by all 30 Major League Baseball teams, so that it would be easy to spin it out. They have said that they are not that interested in selling it off, but what they would like to do is bring on other investors so that Major League Baseball didn't wholly own it anymore. And a couple of the investors they're talking about are Time Warner and Sony. And as we've said, HBO's service, HBO Now, was pulled out of HBO and is being done by Major League Baseball. So it makes sense that Time Warner would want to invest in them. And PlayStation View is supposedly using that technology platform as well. So it makes sense for Sony. What I'm curious, though, is this company, Major League Baseball Advanced Media, has a reputation for doing streaming well, and it's deserved, but they have a problem handling big surges like any company does. So I know that Major League Baseball on opening day every year has problems with some of their streams and people complaining about it. We've definitely heard about problems with the WWE channel, right, Justin? Having problems at least when it first launched. Is this going to be too fast for them to turn around from taking this over from HBO in December, which, by the way, they didn't take over HBO Go. They only are taking over this, as I understand. And within 4 months, while they're also doing everything else that they're doing, having a streaming service that can handle the influx. And the other question is, what's the influx going to be?
As a subscriber, a loyal subscriber to the World Wrestling Entertainment Network and a watcher of their pay-per-views, I watch all of their stuff live as it happens over the air with that network. It has gotten way better. I mean, like next to flawless in terms of, sometimes the resolution is a little wonky here and there, but considering I can have it on any device I want and I can cut either in or start it from the beginning, there's a lot of flexibility there, and I've been very, very impressed with it for the $9.99 per month. I think if anybody is going to do it, they seem to be the people that will make it happen.
It is cutting it very close. I mean, sorry, I was looking at something real fast. It is cutting it pretty close for the start of baseball season, which is obviously going to put a huge strain on their technology. They're probably working out any bugs that they've discovered over the past couple of months. But let's see, April 12th is the premiere, right?
Yeah, of Game of Thrones. April 5th is opening day of baseball. Although I'm going to assume they have enough engineers that those two things won't necessarily.
Can you answer a question for me? So what is going to happen? I've been trying to figure out if we talked about this or not. What's going to happen to HBO Go once this launches? Is that
as far as we know, HBO Go stays. It stays in house, run by Time Warner, and it stays for people who have subscribed to HBO through cable providers. I've not heard anything about HBO Go changing or going away. This is just for people to add on if they don't subscribe to HBO, and I think Time Warner is going to position it as, if you don't have cable, here's a way to get access to our service. My question was going to be to you guys, what does that service have to have in it? I mean, does it have to have streaming versions of HBO channels? Because HBO Go doesn't.
Yes. No, I think it needs to be... I need to
like
be...
a live linear streaming channel. You think it has to have that?
And maybe not everything, right? But... certainly for the big shows, I want to be able to turn it on and watch it as it is happening with everybody else.
That would be great.
And they have demonstrated their ability to do that with the WWE Network, by the way. You can just, to me, that's the template. You can have all your big back catalog, it's all there, and then you have one channel that is essentially a playlist that runs through all the videos that they have. This is something that they have demonstrated the ability to do. If they use that model, I think they will be fine. Here. I think that we are looking at this in a depressed market, because like we've hinted at, 50% of America is all using my mom's account, right? Like
literally Gloria's account.
Gloria's account. I've been joking around with Ashley that I want to give away my mom's HBO Go account for our wedding invite, so everybody can catch up with the shows that we reference to. My mom was not pleased with that idea. Anyhow. What happens if HBO Go decides, we've been very open about spread around those passwords. Who cares? We're getting the money from the cable companies. The more people that watch this kind of stuff, the better, right? That seems to have been a pervasive attitude, and they've done nothing technically to stop it, although they could. What happens when the chimes that signal that winter has arrived happen, and they flip that switch where it's one device watching at a time on HBO Go, and all of a sudden a quarter of America goes dark the day before Game of Thrones? Not to say that this will happen, but what if it did? All of a sudden that $15 a month seems way more reasonable when it's not when getting it isn't as easy as texting your friend and asking for their parent's password.
Is it not? Is it not easier? I think it's easier to just pay and download the app than have to go around looking for a password. I'd be like, okay, fine, that's worth it to me, $15. Yeah, let's do this thing.
But I get what Justin is saying is letting people log into their friends and family's accounts is like giving you the first one free.
Yeah.
If they shut it down the day HBO Now launches and you're like, oh crap, I can't use that anymore. What do I do? Oh, I can pay $15. Easy enough.
And that's the thing. Yes, you're totally right, Veronica. It is easier to pay once you have the thing taken away. Hunting down a new password and say like, oh no, your parents don't watch HBO Go, right? I'll be able to watch it. Like it's a whole new a social thing that I think it's easier just to drop that 15.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my
Go ahead. Sorry.
here's my scare story.
Uh-oh.
They're calling it HBO Now, not HBO Go. HBO Go is, hey, when you're not around your TV set, here's how you watch some HBO shows.
to go.
What if this is HBO Now, meaning whatever's on now, you can watch?
It's only streaming. Is that
And
what
there's
you're
no on
suggesting?
demand. Yeah.
I would not be happy with that. That would make me unhappy.
Yeah, that wouldn't. I don't think that flies for 15. Now, what I think does fly is just live, focused on original programming. They got enough in the bank that they can run. It can be the place where on HBO Now you have the Wire marathons that kind of captivated, a bored nation at the beginning of the year when they were all in HD. You can have it only focused on original programming, but that runs live when it starts, and you have the back catalogs for that, and you don't try to make deals for the movies. If it's just that and their original stuff, I think that's still worth it for me for 15. I don't need another back catalog of random films that I may or may not see. I feel like I've got enough access to those.
Although the fact that they have those movies on HBO Go makes me think that they have the rights to use them, so why wouldn't they throw them in anyway?
Well, I mean, a lot of times those deals are weird, like everybody.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's weird. They're weird enough as it is between digital and on demand. There might be something else. There might be a clause that says you can have this available on demand over the internet to only subscribers of cable systems. You're right.
Exactly. And once that the money starts rolling in, you're going to tell me that these studios aren't going to say, hey, by the way, new deal. We want some of that big money that's rolling in because we've been licensing these at a lesser percentage in a growing market.
I don't think it's going to do, just to switch gears a little bit, I really don't think they're going to do just a streaming-only service, because if you're cutting the cord and if you're getting rid of your regular HBO and you're paying $15 a month for this, to not be able to DVR stuff I think would really also annoy a lot of people, because I don't think you'd be able to DVR it if it's streaming over the app on a different platform like Xbox or...
They could do something like Sling TV and allow you to pause, rewind, and look at the past 3 days worth of content.
Maybe. That wouldn't be awful, I guess, but yeah, I just have the sense that it's not going to be streaming only. I think that's a worst case scenario.
Well, at this point, we just have to wait and find out when HBO actually says something about this, which they haven't. HBO has admitted that they are partnering with MLB Advanced Media, and Otto Burkus, their CTO, did quit the company the day after that news broke back in December. But otherwise, we haven't heard anything official from HBO yet.
Yeah,
I think they did say
when we talked about that.
I did think they say. I think they said in an earnings call that they were targeting spring, or maybe even they said April, but they haven't officially announced a date.
When he quit, was that a rage quit? Was he just like?
Seemed like it, but who knows?
Yeah.
It was a very expensive table flip. Very ornate.
It was an onyx ornate table flip. Yeah.
Irresponsible rumor mongering.
Yeah.
That International Business Times mentions who as a launch partner.
Well, Apple, Roku, Amazon, Xbox, and Sony are all mentioned by International Business Times as launch partners, but they wanted to make a big deal out of Apple because that gets clicks.
Who has got and what I always wonder about these is where the sources come from, right? Who's talking about this? Let's say theoretically it's somebody on the Apple side that's talking about it. Who's got a gigantic announcement that's going to get a ton of press on Monday?
Yeah, but it's going to be a watch talk. It's not going to...
Yeah, but that could be the one more thing, right?
I guess it could be the one
more. And that wouldn't stop HBO from also launching on Xbox and PlayStation and whatever as well, right? But this could be where they make the big announcement, and Tim Cook says, and it's starting first on Apple TV, like maybe a day before everybody else or something.
I mean, it could be a big thing. Just taking a guess.
Intriguing possibility. All right, real quickly before we get out of here, our pick of the day comes from Michelle, not from lovely Cleveland. She won't say where she is from, though. She could be from anywhere. She says, Dear Tom, Jenny, today's guest and behind-the-scenes DTNS team, I would like to recommend Mohio Map to DTNS followers. This developing site is a visual, cloud-based, free curation tool currently combining Google Drive, Evernote, and Dropbox with more services in the pipeline to be added. Certainly helps to visualize and manage all the resources one has stored across these various platforms. In my humble opinion, a new service worth checking out, supporting testing and giving feedback to. If you know what a mind map is, that's what this seems to be, is a mind map for your Evernote, Google Drive, and Dropbox combined. You can find it at moh.io and see if it's something you'd be interested in. I've never really gotten into mind maps. I've tried to play with them a couple of times, but they always seem more complicated to set up for me than the benefit that I might get out of them. Have you guys done any of that kind of stuff?
Yes, I have been told numerous times by various people to try mind mapping, and every time I just get so caught up in the actual process of the mind mapping that I can't do anything effective with it.
I'm not good at any of that, nor am I very good to work with.
I have found that a mind is a terrible thing to map, at least in my case. moh.io, though, if you like this stuff, because I know a bunch of you out there are big, enthusiastic users of mind maps, and for those it works for, it apparently is amazing. Thank you, Michelle. Send your picks to feedback at dailytechnewsshow.com, and you can find my picks at dailytechnewsshow.com/picks. Veronica Belmont and I just completed a new episode of Sword and Laser yesterday. You can find it at swordandlaser.com. You should absolutely follow Veronica on Twitter at twitter.com/Veronica. Anything else to tell folks about that's coming up, V?
No, I'll be at South by Southwest for a couple of days, so if anyone wants to say hi, I'm sure there'll be some events there. I'm going to be there from Friday night until Monday morning, so real quick trip, but I would love to see some of you Diamond Club folks out there. So yeah, come say hi. We'll plan something fun.
You want to know
what?
what?
Justin Robert Young might be there too, right?
Yeah, geez, that's a really good idea, Veronica. Maybe we should have a party, let's say on Saturday, from 3 to 6 at the Handlebar in Austin, and we can get some of our friends like Dual Core and the Possum Posse, have DJ Tropics, who has done all the remixes on the Night Attack albums. We can have a big old-fashioned South by So Wasted party. I think we're going to do it. That's a really great idea, Veronica. That's happening.
So glad I came up with it.
Good idea, Veronica. So Handlebar, 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, Saturday afternoon in Austin, Texas, and you don't have to have a badge, right?
No, that is a totally pirate event. Just roll on in. You're just local to Austin or Texas in general. Come on. If you're in Dallas, it's snowing up in Dallas. Who wants to deal with that mess? You're not in Winterfell.
Ski on down.
Come on down to Dorn and enjoy the delights of South by Southwest and our South by So Wasted party.
And the Sand Vipers that are Dual Core and Possum Posse.
Indeed. In all seriousness, it'll be super fun. We had a great time, and Dual Core's never performed live with us before, so this is going to be a great time.
Check it out. Is there a page for the details if people are like, I can't keep all that straight?
We literally just locked this down last night because, well, the problem is booking any kind of bar or venue at South by Southwest does not happen until all the major buyouts happen, which just get done 2 weeks before everything. So then all the bars that thought they were going to get bought out, which is most of the bars, are now oh yeah, a random party that'll bring in a couple hundred people. Yeah, we're into that.
Also, folks, the Podcast Awards, remember that yesterday, the day before, when we told you how you could vote for your favorite podcast in the Podcast Awards, well, guess what? You can vote again today. For example, you could vote for your favorite technology podcast in the technology category. Maybe it's DTNS. You could also support Night Attack, starring Justin Robert Young, in the mature and video categories. The Instance, Film Sack, and our good friends at the Morning Stream and Night Attack are in other categories as well. You could actually vote for Serial if you want, but whatever. Only once. Vote once a day at podcastawards.com until March 24th. It's like we have a slate, Justin.
Between
Tom, Frog Pants and Diamond Club.
Really easy if everybody had one central place that would help them vote the correct way. If you just go to t2.eu/pod awards, it'll bring you to a site that will not only tell you all of our Diamond Stream conglomerate, our voting block here, but also it'll give you a little bookmarklet that will not only, as soon as you're on the Podcast Award voting page, to give you 5 very easy buttons. You can just click on it. It'll bring you right to where you need to vote. It'll help you remind you who to vote for and how to do it. Just remember, verify your email. Every time you vote, you need to then go back into your email and say, yes, this is really me and not a robot. That is the secret to how this works.
T2T2.eu/pod awards.
Pod Awards, yes.
I got it.
And that is the letter T number 2, letter T number 2.eu/pod awards.
Hey, and thank you to our folks who support us, whether it's through Bitcoin or PayPal or dailytechnewsshow.com/store, or just telling people about things, or liking us on Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus. You all are amazing. And of course, the Patreons are the backbone, patreon.com/acedetect. You can find all the ways to support the show at dailytechnewsshow.com/support. We thank each and every one of you for helping us keep this show going. Our email address is feedback@dailytechnewsshow.com. You can give us a call, 512-59-DAILY. That's 512-593-2459. Listen to the show live at tunein.alphageekradio.com. There's also video there as well. And our website is dailytechnewsshow.com. We'll be back tomorrow. Darren Kitchen back from Hacking Across Europe, and Len Peralta as well.
This podcast is part of the Frog Pants Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Good show, you guys.
I have a question. This is
Yes.
a question for all of you. Wait, don't forget to unmute Roger. Here's my question. Are we almost to the point where Rock Band can have sort of like Magic Leap or virtual instruments? Like in the concurrent to the time that they come out? Not yet.
Not really.
Okay. Damn.
Although maybe like augmented reality in terms of the sensory element of it, like
Right.
kind of giving you a little bit more of the feeling like you're on stage. That might be more realistic.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to not have the physical gear in my house and still be able to play that game. So I
think
wonder
I think we're a little ways off on that
All
because there is definitely a lot of very pressure sensitive kind of stuff that I don't think we're close to when it comes to even the Magic Leap. But who knows? I mean, Magic Leap is so under wraps that everybody's like, who knows? Like it's like the Ark of the Covenant or something. It's going to be unopened.
HoloLens.
I'm hungry.
You are not. It's a myth. It's
The myth?
yeah.
Oh.
It's
Wait, what?
being hungry.
I'm actually hungry. I'm gonna go get some food.
Your mom's hungry.
She probably is. I mean,
Lori
like
is
it's
really hungry.
well,
You should buy her a
like,
sandwich.
getting to dinner time. Lord.
Do, 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 do.
Oh man, I keep.
Do you want some? Sorry, go ahead. You okay?
No, there's a weird thing with the filing system where it's not updating itself live. So I have to force it to be able to update and show me the actual proper files that are in there. This happened to me when I first upgraded. When I first upgraded the old Mac Mini, and then it went away eventually, so I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, so I was frustrated because I kept putting yesterday's Sword and Laser monthly silliness into Audacity because I couldn't find the WAV file. But yes, headlines. What are titles? What do we got?
Maxi iPad or Max-iPad, which, we get this every time they come out with a new one. There's expensive with a lot of really great characters that I bet would be slightly difficult to recreate.
It's like
There's
striking out a curse word type characters. Yeah,
No, it's
those,
like
those are
yeah,
fine.
it's like the dancing guys. There's friggin' lasers, which I would amend to be like cars with frigging lasers. I would add the cars. We have HBO Now, but not now in April. These are all Todd Whitehead is rocking out. Um, I don't know. But I want HBO Now! Exclamation point. Oh, winter is coming HBO Now.
That was mine.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's submitted by you. I didn't even see that.
look at that.
I get it.
And then, there's my favorite one, which is Happy Birthday, Jury.
Oh no!
I like that title.
It's a terrible title.
Tom, do you like that title?
We didn't
It's a
even like-
great
no,
sentiment.
That's the quickest way to not endear yourself to people is to like be like, oh, enough of this tech news. It's my birthday.
I kind of like, but I want HBO Now. Seems to be the most compact. It's a tough choice though. What do you guys like?
Yeah, I think that's good. It's
I like that
simple,
one.
to the point. We talked about that.
But I want HBO Now.
it now. Oh, it's the worst sound on the planet.
If I start playing some audio from spring training games, will I be
Yes.
immediately assaulted by commandos from Major League Baseball for
Yep.
an unauthorized rebroadcast or reuse?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
They'll just come parachuting through the ceiling.
Do, 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 do.
Wait, is Roger back?
I did.
Hello?
Yeah, he's there.
Okay.
Hello. We need coffee.
Yeah.
Almond coffee.
Oh yeah, that coffee from that place was
And
good. Almond coffee.
flea
That's so good.
medication.
Wah, wah.
Actually, so I was thinking about South by, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Party at 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, like, the one thing that we never really like. Part of what I like about South by is that like it's not a performance event for us. Like it's actually just like a cool event where we can all kind of hang out together and don't need to like, be on stage on. But I think it would because we are all in the same place at the same time. It would be cool to do some kind of podcasting stuff. I feel like I'm ready to get my license and registration out for Jenny here.
I just can't take it anymore. I'm so very tired. No, continue. I'm very excited to hear about this.
But I wonder if there is, because we don't need like we need like a boardroom or something, right? And we can like bring people in to hang out if we just recorded either a Daily Tech News extra or some kind of like Night Attack thing, or like it would be cool to just have like, or maybe it's even just a rad roundtable of awesomeness that we just throw out to, patrons and everything. But it would it would just be fun.
Well, I'm going to do Daily Tech News Show from Brian's studio on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Just-
be there in time because I'm driving in but yeah.
Right. So that will happen at 3:30 Central. So are you thinking of something on Saturday or something on Friday?
I'm thinking of like maybe Saturday at noon.
Yeah.
And then we'll go right into the party. We all just walk over and do the party.
So, okay. Oh, I'm into that.
You remember, like, years ago, this is when you were still doing Buzz Out Loud, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys did a live Buzz Out Loud, right?
Yeah, it was me and Natalie did it, and Jason from the non-convention center room. It was a South by Southwest event, but it was in a hotel boardroom, not at the convention center.
Well, that year, you remember, like, Leo did Twit at just some random office space.
Yes, it was a workspace. I'm blanking on your name now. Oh, really nice guy. I've kept in touch with him. Who had a like a hacker space, like a shared workspace.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm thinking. Is like all we really need is a room. Everybody who wants to be there can gather there. You know, we don't. It's not like a pressure like we got to pack it or anything. It's not a super event. But I think it would be kind of cool to just get some kind of work, some kind of fun like content done, and then we just roll in and get day drunk and yell.
I'm trying to think of what's around there that would have like a shared space that like
Oh,
was
that works. That
walkable.
if we get in touch with him, I'll look up his contact info. If he's still got that going, I'm sure he would let us do it.
Yeah, 'cause I think that
But
would
maybe
be.
we could just put the call out too.
Dear Austin.
His last name's Walhus, I think.
I'm so severely
Oh,
bummed I'm not
Paul?
going to be there.
Yeah,
Paul,
Paul
yeah.
Walhus. Thank you.
Oh wow.
Bow wow wow.
Or we could just go to a park, man. We could go to Hippie
You know,
Hollow.
I was going to say that if it's not raining, which it was at your event last year, but if it's not raining, you literally could take a bunch of really good microphones, go down by the river, or a van. How about a van down by the river?
Yeah, that's perfect.
It has rained every South by
Yeah.
that I've.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be awesome creepy to rent like a reasonable sized van and just pad it with sound gear and just have the back open and sit there and allow the people
One
to
year
come?
when my wife was still producing Scam School, that's exactly what she and Brian did for Scam
See?
School is they rented a van that looked like the
There you
VW
go.
van from Lost.
All this has happened before and all of it will happen again. That sounds like a perfect, cheaper idea to do it. And just keep moving it around and keep tweeting the location in case people give you the business.
We can hire a getaway driver from Wheelman.
That's awesome.
We'll just hire an Uber. We don't need a getaway driver.
That's right.
Yeah, Uber for broadcast.
In fact, didn't Irina Slutsky do that with a cab one year?
Yeah,
She just rented a cab and then invited people into the cab for a ride and recorded them.
It must have been one huge cab bill.
No, it was one person at a time.
But I mean, was she just getting into?
No,
She hired it for the entire
Oh,
time.
I see, I got it.
Yeah,
like taxi cab confessions.
right.
Right, exactly.
You could rent a party bus, one of those epic, like wide party buses that fits like 25 people on it.
Probably expensive in Austin.
Don't drive it. Yeah, they're about 1,000.
During South by Southwest, too, they're going to
Yeah,
be.
so 2,000 then.
You can rent a moving truck. You just set up a
Just get a
podcast.
U-Haul.
You get a U-Haul, just set it. It's just park it somewhere. It's like we're moving information, and then just have people inside. Moving opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that could be a fun thing, and that kind of makes it like a full day's worth of like awesomeness too. Like if we do something at noon or 1, and then roll into the party, like then that's like a whole day of fun for everybody.
No, I like that. I like the idea of doing just some kind of cross podcast, like non-episode.
Yeah,
And then we all can post it to our various Patreons and just say like, hey, we were involved in this and was just,
just a
chatting
little
about.
meeting of the minds, the
Yeah.
All-Star game.
Now batting.
Where are you going with that one, Tom? You joke back.
Well, I realized that the echo that I hear
Yeah.
is not actually.
sorry.
No, don't. No, this is not meant to be a criticism. Because I can hear Jenny talking upstairs because she's at my house today. I was like, oh, it'll be like a baseball game announcement. But of course, when I said it, I didn't hear myself. And then I was like, well, then, and so there you go.
And I hear
that's why I stopped.
you like basically through the floor. Like
So it
it's
worked for Jenny, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That joke
the
worked
one
only
person
for Jenny.
joke.
Now I know where Jenny is because
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were in the.
This is our like
America.
thrice or once every 3 to 4 weeks balcony
Quarterly?
coffee.
We could call it
Quarterly,
quarterly.
our quarterly
Yeah.
coffee where we remember that we're real people working at a real job and not just virtual. Veronica Belmont went to a coffee with us at the place we're going once. It was lovely.
I did.
What?
I had the almond coffee.
It's delicious.
Come on down, Justin.
Should. This is BS.
Oh, and I will be in San Francisco the weekend of March 29th, so we should talk FSL stuff.
Oh, are you going to come? And also, are you going to come to our Sword and Laser meetup, Tom? At Borderlands on the 30th?
On the 30th?
Yeah.
Sure.
What? What's the problem? What's the problem? What, you said you were in San Francisco. What's the-
'Cause I forgot that was the 30th, and I scheduled my flight out.
Oh, forget it. We don't want you. It's fine.
I can change
Change
it.
it.
Yeah, I can change it.
It's going to cost money. It's cost you
But
like
then I have to figure out DTNS and Cord Killers. That's the problem with traveling on
So wait-
Tuesdays.
Here, I have a studio.
Wait, I know you.
You know me. You have like 3 people who live here that have studios.
Wait, I
What's
also
your
know
deal?
Justin Robert Young. Wait a minute. This
You
is
know
solvable.
a guy with a
All right,
warehouse.
fine. No, I just forgot. I'm just embarrassed because I forgot.
Whatever.
Been to that warehouse. It has like cool stuff.
There's warehousey stuff. Boxes, too.
I anticipate being at that warehouse again in like soonish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be an interesting weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
I'm out of the post. by
Oh,
the
wait,
way.
hold on.
Okay.
I want to ask you. So, wait, what's the deal with Borderlands? Like, are they closing or not? Is that a
No,
thing?
they made it. They're staying open at least for another year.
Did they have a Kickstarter or?
They started doing subscriptions, so you could pay $100 and you become a member, and then you get. They haven't decided what all the things are going to be yet that you get, but there's going to be things. Like you get to rent the space, you get to like use it for events and stuff.
Oh, shit, really?
There's other sorts of things, yeah.
I'd fucking do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin. Now I got to
we're
put
still
an explicit tag on.
Wait, stop it. We're allowed to curse in the after show, right?
No, I just I'm sure YouTube won't care. So you can go down in the podcast. I'm just giving you shit.
Whoa!
Now you're working blue. Don't sink to my level.
This is for every curse. It's like 8 emails. The tax is 8 emails.
Yeah.
Is that real?
No, that's pretty close.
What does 8 emails mean? That's how many emails you get if you curse? Wow.
Well, there is the legitimate issue, and I think it's mostly on the audio of the people who actually want to introduce their children to technology and
Yeah.
listen
Or
to
they're
this
listening
show
in the
with them.
car with their kids or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
But you know
I'd
what?
sign up for that.
I'm pretty sure all those kids have heard all those words.
Now we're going to hear the people who watch the video with their kids. So
Well, I mean, come on.
But if they're watching in the car, they have other problems.
Exactly. That's unsafe. You're unsafe.
You're unsafe.
maybe they're with their kids elsewhere besides the car.
And by the way, I can see you starting to write that angry email on your phone while driving. That's inappropriate.
that's especially
Way
unsafe.
unsafer.
8 more emails right now. 8 more emails.
No. I'm judging. Your child's at risk, and you're a bad parent.
300
All right.
more emails.
I'll just
Goodbye.
apologize right now, and we're going to turn off the live stream. Thanks, everybody, for watching, though. Appreciate it.